her bashful years with your experience, and lead thy daughter to a conqueror's bed, wherein I will entail my conquest won, and she shall be sole victress, Caesar's Caesar.
What were I best to say? Her father's brother would be her lord. Or should I say her uncle? Or he that slew her brothers and her uncles? Under what title shall I woo for thee that God, the law, my honor, and her love can make seem pleasing to her tender years?
Say that the king which may command entreats.
That at her hand which the king's king forbids.
Say she shall be a high and mighty queen.
To wield the tide as her mother doth?
Say I will love her everlastingly.
Oh, but how long will that title ever last?
Sweetly enforce into her fair life's end.
So long as Richard and hell likes of it.
Be eloquent in my behalf to her.
An honest tale speeds best being plainly told.
Your reasons are too shallow and too quick.
Oh no. Oh, my reasons are too deep in debt. Too deep in debt or even to their grave.
Hark, not on that string, madam. That is past.
Harp on it shall I still until heartstrings break.
How, by my George, my daughter, and my crown.
Profaned, dishonored, and the third usurped.
I swear.
By nothing! For this is no oath. The George, profane, hath lost his holy honor. The garter blemished pawned his knightly virtue. The crown disgraced his kingly glory. If thou wilt swear to be believed, swear then by something that thou hast not wronged.
Now, by the word.
It is full of thy foul wrong.
My father's dead.
Your life hath that disgraced.
Why then, by God.
God's wrong is most of all. If thou hadst fear to break an oath by him, the unity the king thy brother had made had not been broken, nor my brother slain. If thou hadst fear to break an oath by him, the imperial medal circling now thy brow had graced the tender temples of my child, and the two princes had been breathing here, which now two tender playfellows to dust thy broken faith hath made a prey for words. What canst thou swear by now?
The time to come.
Swear not by time to come, for that thou hast misused, ere used by time, misused or past.
If with pure heart's love, immaculate devotion, holy thoughts, I tender not thy beauteous princely daughter. In her consists my happiness and thine. Without her falls to this land, to me, to thee, herself, and many a Christian soul, death, desolation, ruin, and decay. It cannot be avoided but by this. It will not be avoided but by this. Therefore, good mother, I must, can you so, be the attorney of my love to her. Plead what I will be, not what I have been. Not my deserts, but what I will deserve. Urge the necessity and state of times, and be not peevish fond in great designs.
Shall I be tempted by the devil thus?
Aye, if the devil tempt thee to do good.
Shall I forget myself to be myself?
Aye, if thy self-remembrance wrong thyself.
But thou didst kill my children.
And in your daughter's womb I bury them.
To your will.
Aye, and to be a happy mother by the deed.
I go. But to be very shortly, you will not believe her mind.
Bear to her my true love's kiss. And so, farewell. Plenty, fool and shallow, changing woman!
My gracious sovereign,
How now?
on the western coast rideth a besought navy. To the coast throng many doubtful, hollow-hearted friends, unarmed and unresolved to beat them back. And there they think Richmond is their admiral, and there they all expecting but aid of Buckingham to welcome them ashore.
Some light-footed friend posted the Duke of Norfolk. Ratcliffe, thyself, or Catesby. Where is he?
Here, my lord.
Fly to the Duke. Post thou to Salisbury. Dull, unmindful villain, why standst thou still and goest not to the Duke?
First, mighty sovereign, let me know your mind. What from your grace shall I deliver to him?
Oh, true, good Catesby. Bid him muster as much strength and power as he can make. Meet me presently at Salisbury.
I go. What is it, your highness pleasure I shall do at Salisbury?
Why? What wouldst thou do there before I go?
Your highness told me I should post before.
My mind is changed, sir. My mind is changed. How now, what news with you?
None good, my lord, to please you with the hearing, nor none so bad, but it may well be told. Richmond is on the seas.
There let him sink, and the seas be on him. White-livered running it, what doth he there?
Started by Dorset, Buckingham, and Ely, he makes for England. There to claim the crown.
Is the chair empty? Is the sword unswayed? Is the king dead? The empire unpossessed? What heir of York is there alive but we? And who is England's king but great York's heir? Well, tell me then, what doth he there?
I cannot guess.
Where is thy power then to beat him back? Where are thy tenants and thy followers? Are they not now upon the western shore, safe conducting these rebels from their ships?
No, my good lord. My friends are in the north.
Cool friends to Richard. What do they in the north when they should serve their sovereign in the west?
They have not been commanded, mighty sovereign. Please it your majesty to give me leave, I'll muster up my friends, and meet your grace, where and what time your majesty shall please.
Aye, thou wouldst go to join with Richmond. I will not trust you, sir.
Most mighty sovereign! You have no cause to hold my friendship doubtful. I never was, nor never will be false.
Go then, muster men, but hear you. Leave behind your son, George Stanley. Look your faith be firm, or else his head's assurance is but frail.
So deal with him, as I prove true to you.
My gracious sovereign, now in Devonshire, Sir Edward Courtney and the haughty prelate, the Bishop of Exeter, his brother there with many more confederates are in arms. In Kent, the Guilfords are in arms, and every hour more competitors flock to their aid. My lord, the army of the Duke of Buckingham is...
Out on you! Nothing but songs of death! Take that! Till thou bring me good news!
The news I have to tell your majesty is that by sun and floods and fallen waters, Buckingham's army is dispersed and scattered, and he himself wandered away alone, no man knows whither.
I cry you mercy. Here is my purse to cure that blow of thine. Hath any well-advised friend proclaimed reward unto him that brings the Duke, the traitor in?
Such proclamation hath been made, my liege. The Brenton navy is dispersed by tempest. Richmond in Yorkshire sent out a boat unto the shore to ask those on the banks if they were his assistants, yea or no. Who answered him? They came from Buckingham upon his party. He, mistrusting them, hoisted sail and made away for Brittany.
March on, since we are up in arms, if not to fight with foreign enemies, yet to beat down these rebels here at home.
My liege, the Duke of Buckingham is taken. The Earl of Richmond is with a mighty force landed at Milford.
Away towards Salisbury. While we reason here, a royal battle might be won and lost. Someone take order Buckingham be brought to Salisbury. The rest march on with me.
All Souls Day, fellows, is it not? And All Souls Day is my body's doomsday.
This is the day wherein I wish to fall, by the false faith of him I trusted most. This All Souls Day of my fearful soul is the determined respite of my wrongs. That high all-seer that I dallied with has turned my feigned prayer upon my head. Granted in earnest, but I begged in jest. Now, curse of Margaret has fallen upon my head. When he, quoth she, shall split your very heart with sorrow. No, but Margaret was a prophetess. Come, sirs, convey me to my block of shame. Wrong hath but wrong, blame the due of blame.
Fellows in arms and my most loving friends, bruised underneath the yoke of tyranny. Thus far into the bowels of the land have we marched on without impediment, and here receive we from our father Stanley lines of fair comfort and encouragement. The wretched, bloody, and usurping boar that spoiled your summer fields and fruitful vines lies now even in the center of this isle, near to the town of Leicester, as we learn from Tamworth thither is but 1 day's march. In God's name, cheerly on, courageous friends, to reap the harvest of perpetual peace by this one bloody trial of sharp war. In God's name, march! True hope is swift, flies with swallows' wings. Kings it makes gods, and meaner creatures kings.
Up with my tent there! Here will I lie tonight, but where tomorrow? Well, all's one for that. Who hath described the number of the foe?
6,000 or 7,000 is their utmost power.
Why, our battalion trebles that account. Besides, the king's name is a tower of strength, which they upon the adverse party want. Up with my tent there! Valiant gentlemen, let us survey the vantage of the field for lords. Tomorrow is a busy day.
The weary sun hath made a golden set. By the bright track of his smiling car gives signal of goodly day tomorrow. Give me some ink and paper in my tent. I'll draw the form and model of our battle. Yet one thing more, good blood, before thou goest. Where is Lord Stanley quartered? Dost thou know?
Unless I have mistaken his colors much, which I'm well assured I have not done, his regiment lies half a mile at least south the mighty power of the king.
If without peril it be possible, good Captain Flood, bear my good night to him. Give him for me this most needful scroll.
Upon my life, my lord, I'll undertake it. And so, God give you quiet rest tonight.
Good night, good Captain Flood.
What is it o'clock?
It's supper time, my lord. It's 9 o'clock.
I will not sup tonight. Give me some ink and paper. Gentle Norfolk, hie thee to thy charge. Use careful watch, choose trusty sentinel.
I go, my lord.
Stir with the lark tomorrow, good Norfolk.
I warrant you, my lord.
Catesby,
My lord.
send out a pursuivant at arms to Stanley's regiment. Bid him bring his power before sun rising, lest his son George fall into the blind cave of eternal night. Ratcliffe,
Yes, my lord.
bring me a bowl of wine. I have not that alacrity of spirit nor cheer of mind as I was wont to have. Is ink and paper ready?
It is, my lord.
Bid my guard watch. Leave me. Leave me, I say!
What is victory? Sit on thy helm.
All comfort that the Dark Knight can afford be to thy person, noble father-in-law.
I bless thee from thy mother, who prays continually for Richmond's good. Prepare thy battle early in the morning, and put thy fortune to the arbitrament of bloody strokes and mortal-staring war. I, as I may, with best advantage, will deceive the time, and aid thee in this doubtful shock of arms. But on thy side, I may not be too forward, lest, being seen, thy brother, tender George, be executed in his father's sight. Adieu. Be valiant, and speed well.
Gentlemen, conduct him to his regiment. Good night, kind lords and gentlemen. Oh, thou, whose captain I count myself, look at my forces with a great pride. Put into their hands thy bruising irons of ground. They may crush with a heavy fall these usurping helmets of our adversaries. Make us thy ministers of chastisement, that we may praise thee in the victory. To thee do I commend my watchful soul, ere I let fall the windows of mine eyes. Sleeping and waking, oh, defend me still.
Let me sit heavy on thy soul tomorrow. Think how thou stabbedst me in my prime of youth. Despair, therefore, and die.
When I was mortal, my anointed body by thee was punched full of deadly holes. Henry VI bids thee despair and die.
Let me sit heavy on thy soul tomorrow. Poor Clarence, by thy guile betrayed to death. Tomorrow in the battle think on me, and despair and die.
Bloody and guilty awake, and in a bloody battle end thy days. Think our Lord Hastings, despair and die.
Richard, thy wife, thy wretched Anne, thy wife, that never slept a quiet hour with thee, now fills thy sleep with pertulations. Tomorrow in the battle, think on me and despair and die.
Oh, in battle, think on Buckingham and die in the terror of thy guiltiness. Dream on of bloody deeds and death. Fainting, despairing, yield thy breath.
Give me another horse, bind up my wounds of mercy, Esu! I did but dream. Oh, coward conscience, how dost thou afflict me?
Despair and die.
What should I be? Myself? There's none else by. Richard loves Richard. That is, I am I. Is there a murderer here? No. Yes, I am. Then fly from myself. Great reason why, lest I revenge. What? Myself upon myself? Alack. Wherefore I love myself. For any good that I myself have done to myself? Alas. No. I rather hate myself for hateful deeds committed by myself. I am a villain, Yet I lie, I am not! Fool! Of thyself speak well. Fool! Do not flatter. My conscience hath 1,000 several tongues, and every tongue brings in a several tale, and every tale condemns me for a villain. There is no creature loves me, and if I die, no soul shall pity me. And wherefore should they? Since that I myself find in myself no pity to myself?
My lord!
Zounds, who is there?
Ratcliffe, my lord, it is I. The early village cock hath twice done salutation to the morn. Your friends are up and buckle on their armor.
Oh, Ratcliffe, I have dreamed a fearful dream. What thinkest thou? Will our friends prove all true?
No doubt, my lord.
Oh, Ratcliffe, I fear.
Nay, good my lord, be not afraid of shadows.
By holy Paul, shadows tonight have struck more terror to the soul of Richard than can the substance of 10,000 soldiers armed in proof and led by shallow Richmond.
Good morrow, Richmond.
Good morrow, Richmond.
Tis time to arm and give direction. Remember this. God and our good cause fight upon our side. Those whom we fight against had rather of us win than him they follow. For what is he they follow? Truly, gentlemen, a bloody tyrant and a homicide. One that hath ever been God's enemy. Then, if you fight against God's enemy, God will in justice ward you as his soldiers. If you do sweat to put a tyrant down, you sleep in peace, the tyrant being slain. If you do fight against your country's foes, your country's fat shall pay your pains the higher. If you do fight in safeguard of your wives shall welcome home the conquerors. If you do free your children from the sword, your children's children quit it in your age. Then, in the name of God and all these rights, advance your standards, draw your willing swords. God and St. George, Richmond and victory!
What says Northumberland as touching Richmond?
That he was never trained up in arms.
He said the truth.
Arm! Arm, my lord! The foe runs in the field!
Come, bustle, comparison my horse. What shall I say that I have not inferred? You, sleeping safe, they bring to you unrest. You, having lands and blessed with beauteous wives, they would restrain the one and disdain the other. And who doth lead them but a paltry fellow, long kept in Britain at our mother's cost, a milksop, one that never felt so much cold as overshoes in snow? Let's whip these stragglers o'er the seas again. Lash hence these overweening rags of France. If we be conquered, let men conquer us, not these bastard Bretons, whom our fathers in their own lands have beaten. Fight, gentlemen of England, fight, bold yeomen. Stir your proud horses hard and ride in blood. March on, join bravely. Let us to it pell-mell. If not to heaven, then hand in hand to hell. What says Lord Stanley? Will he bring his power?
My lord, he does deny to come.
Off with his son George's head!
My lord, the enemy is past the marsh. After the battle, let George Stanley die.
1,000 hearts are strong within my bosom. Set upon our standards. March upon our foes. Victory sits on our hounds!
Rescue, my lords! Rescue! Rescue! The king enacts more wonders than a man! His horse is slain, and all on foot he fights, seeking for Richmond in the throat of death. Rescue, my lords, or else the day is lost!
A horse! A horse, my kingdom for a horse!
Withdraw, my lord, I'll help you to a horse!
I think there be 6 Richmonds in the field. 5 have I slain today. A horse, my kingdom for a horse!
God in your arms be praised, victorious friends! The day is ours, the bloody dog is dead. But tell me, is young George Stanley living?
He is, my lord, and safe in Leicester town, whither, if it please you, we may now withdraw us.
Proclaim a pardon to the soldiers fled, that in submission will return to us. And then, as we obtain the sacrament, we will unite the white rose and the red. Smile, heaven, upon this fair conjunction that long hath frowned upon their enmity. Oh, now let Richmond and Elizabeth, the true succeeders of each royal house, by God's fair ordinance conjoin together. Let their heirs, God, if thy will be so, enrich the time to come with smooth-faced peace, with smiling plenty and fair prosperous days. Now civil wounds are stopped, peace lives again, that she may long live here. God say amen.